Nubia's taking a new approach this year with the Nubia Air, a phone that looks simple but still keeps things fairly affordable. It kinda looks like a certain fruit's new phone, you know. With a name like Air, can it really keep up without overheating or running out of steam too fast? Hello from the other side, CJ here. Let's see what the Nubia Air has to offer and if it's worth checking out. Let's get right into it. The Nubia Air stands out the moment you pick it up. At only 6.7mm thick and weighing 172 grams, it feels impressively slim and light. It's one of those phones you can easily slip in your pocket without feeling any bulk. So, don't see it. The build quality is also solid, and despite how thin it is, the phone feels sturdy with no creaks or flexing. The matte finish gives it a more refined look and helps minimize fingerprints. What's surprising about this phone is its IP68 and IP69K rating. That means it's both dust-tight and resistant to high-pressure water jets and immersion for up to 30 minutes at a depth of 1.5 meters. It's rare to see this kind of durability in a device this thin. For the button and port layout, the power button and volume rocker are both on the right side, and at the bottom, you'll find the mono speaker, USB Type-C port, and the SIM card tray. It supports 2 nano SIM cards but doesn't have a micro SD card slot, so you'll have to rely on the built-in 256GB of internal storage. Overall, the design feels premium and it's simple and practical. Going to the front, the Nubia Air features a 6.78-inch AMOLED display and supports 120Hz refresh rate. It's sharp, vibrant, and fluid. Whether you're scrolling through social media, watching videos, or playing games, the display feels smooth and responsive enough. The brightness is impressive as well, reaching up to 4,500 nits of peak brightness. Even when you step outside under strong sunlight, visibility remains decently clear. The colors look rich and vibrant without appearing overly saturated, and the contrast levels help images pop nicely. The display is also protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 7i, giving it an extra layer of protection from scratches. As for audio, as mentioned earlier, the phone only uses a single bottom firing mono speaker. It can get fairly loud, but the sound tends to be muffled, especially with low tones and heavy bass. Since it only fires from the bottom, it's also easy to block when you're holding the phone sideways during gaming or videos. So if you hold it like this, it's gonna be muffled immediately. You don't get a 3.5mm audio jack, and honestly, you're better off using your wireless earbuds or USB-C headphones to give you much better results. For biometrics, there's an in-display fingerprint sensor that performs reliably most of the time. It unlocks the phone quickly, although it might need a second attempt if your finger is damp. Face unlock is also available and works well in good lighting. Going back to the rear, the Nubia Air comes with a 50-megapixel main camera paired with an auxiliary lens and an LED flash. The front camera uses a 20-megapixel sensor for selfies. In good lighting, it captures photos with good detail and color accuracy. They hold up well for the most part, though the noise starts to creep in once you zoom in or shoot in less than ideal lighting. It focuses quick enough and shots look clean thanks to its post-processing. However, it does benefit from a bit of manual tweaking now and then. Adjusting the exposure or white balance can help get more consistent results, especially indoors or under mixed lighting. Portrait shots turn out nicely with good separation between subject and background. The 20-megapixel front camera also performs well for selfies, giving you natural skin tones and plenty of detail without looking overly filtered. Video recording is capped at 1080p at 30 frames per second, so it's suitable for casual clips or social media use. The camera also comes with an anti-shake feature that helps reduce blur when shooting handheld, which is nice to have for quick snaps or casual video recording. Overall, the cameras deliver more than expected for the price. You may need to tweak settings here and there, but the results are still decent for this level. The Nubia Air runs the Unisoc T8300 chipset built on a 6nm process. Daily performance is smooth for most tasks. Switching between apps, scrolling, and watching videos all feel responsive, and the 8GB of RAM help maintain stability when multitasking. You can see our benchmark results right here. As you can see, it does offer decent performance for daily use and light gaming, though it's not built for heavy AAA titles, and that shows. When it comes to gaming, the phone can handle lighter titles with ease. Pokemon Unite runs smoothly and Uma Musume performs well most of the time, though there can be minor frame drops during intense scenes such as ultimate moves flying on the screen and when races pile up. Wuthering Waves, being a more demanding game, pushes the chipset harder and causes the device to warm up after around 20 minutes of play. It's playable, don't get me wrong, but only at the lowest settings. Frame drops still happen from time to time, so it's better to just use it for quick dailies rather than long sessions. It doesn't overheat to uncomfortable levels, but you will notice the heat build up on the back, especially near the upper portion. It's not meant to be a dedicated gaming phone, but for casual gaming and everyday tasks, it performs okay. Out of the box, the Nubia Air runs on Android 15. The interface feels light and straightforward, though there is a lot of bloatware out of the box. It can be annoying at first, but it's somewhat expected for a phone of this caliber. Most of it can be uninstalled, but it does take a bit of cleanup before the interface feels organized. Navigation feels smooth, transitions are quick, and app management is efficient. As for Nubia's AI features though, there's only AI Translate available, and that's pretty much it. There's no AI tools or enhancements to speak of. You don't get a heavy custom skin, which makes it easy to use even if you're switching from another Android phone. Connectivity is solid across the board. The Nubia Air supports Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.4, and NFC. The 5000 mAh battery is paired with 33 watts of wired charging. In practice, battery life is only average. In our PC Mark battery test, it only lasted 10 hours and 22 minutes. The phone was able to last for almost a whole day, and I've only used it for light gaming and watching videos, and some quick snaps here and there. It's not the strongest performer in terms of endurance, but it gets the job done for daily use. The Nubia Air makes a strong first impression with its sleek and premium design. It's slim, well-built, and surprisingly durable, giving its IP69K protection. The AMOLED display is bright, crisp, and enjoyable to use, and the cameras perform much better than expected for the price once you take the time to adjust a few settings. It is without its weaknesses though. The mono speaker sounds a little muffled, it can heat up during long gaming sessions, and battery life is just average. But despite those, the overall experience is solid. If you're after a slim and stylish phone that looks great, handles day-to-day tasks smoothly, and doesn't compromise too much on durability or display quality, the Nubia Air is a well-rounded option that displays more than what you'd expect for its price point, which is around under 12k pesos. And that's a wrap for the Nubia Air. Will you get this device anytime soon? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you find this video helpful or informative, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share, hit the bell icon so you won't miss out on any of our future uploads. Check us out on the socials, that's Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok, and see YouGoTech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this has been CJ, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! See you later!